July 20th, 1944. A briefcase, a bomb, a conference room. German officers plotted to kill Hitler, overthrow the Nazis, end the war. They came within inches of success. Then, everything went wrong. This is Operation Valkyrie, the day Hitler almost died. Imagine being a German officer, watching your country destroy itself, knowing Hitler is leading Germany to ruin. Do you follow orders, or do you become a traitor? A group of German officers chose treason, high-ranking, respected war heroes. They planned to kill Hitler, stage a coup, negotiate peace with the Allies. The plan was brilliant, detailed, almost perfect, but almost isn't enough. And when it failed, the consequences were unimaginable. The conspiracy started years before. German officers who realized Hitler was insane. Leading them, Klaus von Stauffenberg, a colonel, war hero, lost an eye, his right hand, 2 fingers on his left hand, in combat, but he kept serving and planning. Stauffenberg wasn't alone. Generals, politicians, intelligence officers, even the former chief of staff. They met in secret, discussed, debated, planned. Their goal? Kill Hitler. Use emergency powers to take control, arrest the SS, negotiate peace. They called it Operation Valkyrie, named after Hitler's own emergency plan, to be used if the government was overthrown. The irony? They'd use Hitler's plan to overthrow Hitler, but they needed access. Someone who could get close to Hitler, plant a bomb. Stauffenberg was perfect. He attended Hitler's military briefings, had clearance and motivation. July 1944. The plan was set, the bomb ready, the coup prepared. One chance, one briefcase, one decision. July 20th, 1944. Stauffenberg flew to Hitler's headquarters, the Wolf's Lair, East Prussia. In his briefcase, a bomb, British-made, timer set for 10 minutes. He entered the conference room. Hitler was there, studying maps, surrounded by officers. Stauffenberg placed the briefcase under the conference table near Hitler, just feet away. Then he made an excuse. Phone call. Left the room. The timer ticked. 10 minutes, 9, 8. But something happened. An officer moved the briefcase. It was in the way. He pushed it to the other side of a thick oak table leg. 12:42 p.m. The bomb exploded. The room was destroyed, windows shattered, 4 officers killed. Hitler thrown to the ground, ears ringing, trousers shredded, but alive. The table leg absorbed the blast. Hitler survived with minor injuries. Stauffenberg was outside, heard the explosion, saw smoke, debris. He was certain Hitler was dead. He escaped, flew back to Berlin to launch the coup. In Berlin, the conspirators waited for confirmation, for the signal. Word arrived. Hitler is dead. They activated Operation Valkyrie, arrested SS officers, seized government buildings, sent orders to army units for hours. They controlled Berlin. But then, a phone call. Hitler was alive, on the radio, speaking to the nation. The coup collapsed instantly. Army units loyal to Hitler turned on the conspirators. The SS hunted them down. By midnight, Stauffenberg and 3 others were executed. Firing squad, no trial. But it didn't end there. Hitler's revenge was systematic, brutal. 5,000 people arrested, anyone connected, even remotely. 200 executed, hanged with piano wire, filmed. Hitler watched the footage, families punished, children sent to camps, names erased from history. Field Marshal Rommel, the Desert Fox, was implicated. Hitler gave him a choice: public trial and execution, or suicide. Rommel took poison. October 14th, 1944. The conspiracy was crushed, and Germany's last hope died with it. Operation Valkyrie, the plot that almost worked. If the briefcase hadn't been moved, if the table leg wasn't there, Hitler would have died. Germany might have surrendered. Negotiated peace, millions of lives saved. But history turned on inches. A briefcase pushed aside, a wooden table leg. Stauffenberg and the conspirators executed as traitors. But were they? They tried to stop a monster, risked everything, their lives, their families, their honor. Germany calls them heroes now. But at the time, they were the enemy. The question remains, were they traitors or the only Germans brave enough to resist? Would you risk everything to do what's right, even if it meant being called a traitor? Think about it, and subscribe for more untold stories from World War II, because the bravest acts are often the most forgotten.